Sup? It's like a double intro. I want to prepare y'all for what I'm about to show you, right? So I put together like a documentary, like a little short documentary, probably like 45 minutes or whatever, close to that, a little maybe a little more, and a little less. But it's just me showing you guys a little bit into my life, trying to have more of a personal relationship with my followers. Let y'all get a visual of where I came from and why I'm kind of into what I am now a little bit. This ain't got nothing to do with the knowledge. It just shows you things I used to do in the past, the reason why I'm into art, my points of view on certain things. So bear with it. You know what I'm saying? Like just watch it. Watch it from start to end. You know what I'm saying? Get a somewhat of an understanding. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know the vibes. I hope y'all like it. Peace. Yo, what's up? Majority of the time, I come in here and drop some knowledge on y'all, right? I got a treat for y'all today. I'm gonna do some knowledge. I'm gonna give y'all more insight on me. Maybe I can give y'all a clarity on my background and show you instead of tell you, show you some things that I used to be into, and also elaborate to how I've always been this way through the acts of the world for the most part. But hey, take this little journey with me. I'm gonna show y'all some shit today. You know what I'm saying? Tell y'all some stories. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. I'm gonna take y'all in and out from when I was young to certain parts in my, I don't know, 20s and 30s, and then subsequently to now. I ain't gonna tell you all stories. My life is packed full with shit. You know what I'm saying? If I had all the damn videos, I think it'll be more blockbuster, swashbuckling. But yeah, we'll get into it. So, you know, it's crazy because when the video game GTA came out, Grand Theft Auto, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that's my initials. Crazy, right? GTA, those are my initials. So, you know what I'm saying? We was young and shit. This was poor, man. And coming from New York, you know what I'm saying? My family wasn't poor, but my mother moved away from something. That's these pictures. this, this me as a little person right there. That's me in New York. It's a little guy right there. I ain't gonna even get too deep in all that. You know, I come from a family of creators. You know, my mom's mom drilled in my head as a kid, if you want it, make it. You don't need to buy it. If you want to make it, don't go give nobody your earned money. If you want it, make it. Grandmother told me that a lot. My grandfather, he was the one that would do it. He's not going to tell you to make it. He's going to make it. He's going to be like, make your own. So, like, I come from a strong stability. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain people, they just didn't want to hear no excuses. My grandfather would say this shit, he ain't with the half-ass. If you gonna do a half-ass job for me, stay where you at. Don't come over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned like that. So the way I like things is like that. Because my grandfather's house was always clean. Always. Even when it was dirty, it was clean. You ever been in somebody's house when it's a mess, but you like, damn, it's still nice in here. That's how he was. My grandmom, she died too young. She died when I was like 11. Yeah, they were very inspirational in my life. My grandma, my grandpa, my nana, which is my grandma's sister, And I had other grandparents that played a valuable role in my life, but they also checked out kind of early, you know. But skip over the whole story of, you know what I'm saying, the strength where we come from. Yeah, I was born in Harlem, you know what I'm saying? Harlem Hospital, 145th to 152nd Street, you know. Yeah, I got family all over New York, Bronx, Harlem, Brooklyn. My family was the Artists, the Kuntz, the Mills, the Mitchells, and other connecting families to that I heard. Yeah, I remember being little. Used to break dance. You know what I'm saying? Like being a little dude. And niggas be on the corner on 152nd. They had a cardboard out there. And me and my brother go outside. We break dancing. Like, when my brother don't break dance, he be like, come on. We had to go in the house. And I'd be like, hold on. I'd be like 5. He like 9. I'm like, hold on. And the niggas over there, they doing the break dancing on the cardboard. I got to run over there real quick and spin on my back. Went over there and spun on my back real quick. They was like, yeah. Yeah, I used to swear I was a superstar when I was a kid. He couldn't tell me nothing. Superstar. Funny as shit. And that's where the story begins at. That's where this whole little story is going to begin at. Because you couldn't tell me I wasn't no superstar as a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, the energy I carried as a kid. Like, when I was 5, I used to do, like, Michael Jackson showed everybody how to do the walk like Egyptian dance. That was my favorite dance. Every party I had from 4 to 7 or 8 years old, they'd be like, dance. I come out doing the Egyptian walk like an Egyptian. Trying to steal the show. Crazy and shit. But subsequently, that value took me, you know what I'm saying? And I always, my family's into music. My mother sing. Her sister, Michelle Beckham, sing. My grandfather sung opera. You know what I'm saying? My father was a poet and he played instruments. You know what I mean? And just having educational people in my family who spoke with a level of education, and they all accomplished levels of things in their life that took a level of focus, which I got a chance to see what focus was, you know what I'm saying, through different levels in my family. And let's jump some years. We're going to jump some years all the way up. That brought me to my love of hip hop. Check this out.
Yeah, I love hip hop. I express my love to hip hop for verbal confrontation, lyrical laceration. GLD, feel like I'm back in my homeboy's pistol. Put my hand through your collarbone, break your spine, gristle. They say Christmas, you get kissed by the missile. They know your boy sharp. They say your boy is on his thistle. And you can catch on shot. Yeah, I told him about a fistful. Don't wanna scrape my dude hang like a bull. You can take it like I'ma show you it's an issue. I try to keep it nerves like my big brother Poppy, but all you do sweet like crunching, munching butter toffee. I'm clean with the flow, but your style hella sloppy. You just like a fat bitch with dirty feet and I keep the flow flipping like your boy up on the trapeze. Ain't scared of altercation, you can bring the tragedy. GOC a kill zone, eating rappers a casualty. Keep my name, I'm still hungry like the first day in the game. Better recognize you walking with a flame. Crisp like Max Payne, the flow insane. Headshot from a face, nigga, flow through brains. GOC dragon pin, the fire gas lane. Keep on Nation Road with the face of Jet Li. And still give my blessings to the Almighty. While I crush them seasons, the faith of a mustard seed. The power in my mind, a battle with alchemy. Capitalist apprentice again, it's a product. A bone thug, so yo, I'm birthed from the Odyssey. Yo, I'm the best cause I'm the best, and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip-hop rock. And I'm the best cause I'm the best, and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip-hop rock. I love hip-hop, cause I love hip-hop, Cause I love hip hop, cause I love hip hop, cause I love hip hop. Number one round rapper, tell me who's sicker. The boy go hard and crash like hey, your people that came with you, looking like they should. Try to touch the dude, I put the burn on you, touch the black. Try to rhyme against me, I'll make you out of respect. Nigga, dance, try to dance, I can make you an example. Nigga, act punch beat, if your boy been the animal. Little trees, munchies, turn to a cannibal. My mom said I was bad, they can never really handle dinner. Been getting stacks, my paper substantial. I'm so long bright, and y'all niggas like candles. Yo got a million like who did this scandal? Nah, I'm not butter, at least I believe it now. Fuck my K when I believe it's hot. G.O.D. the lean, yeah, I found mine. You can get some chicken pie if you need some cow mine. Yeah! Yo, I'm the best cause I'm the best, and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket. I'm the best cause I'm the best, and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket. I love hip hop, cause I love hip hop. Cause I love hip hop, cause I love hip hop, cause I love hip hop. You can get how it is, but I hip hop. And my shit be ready to rock that shit with it. My no glitter will be ready to rap. Be ready to rip that shit with it without the niggas. They ready to fire. You think you ready to test and try. Must be quick and ready to die. No, I rip that D.I. my old team die. Yo, I still gon' get you while you want my eyes up. Ready to rip it, nigga who think he ready to come and test my kill. Over the brain, I spit that flame, I flip that flame, that wiggle. Ready to flip on the niggas and pull the niggas. I wanted them niggas to run. Doing the ratchet, I'm ripping, I'm rocking, the niggas chop it. Oh my lord, tell me that again. I bet you the nigga you bring over here, the niggas already be done. Yeah, cause I'm the best and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket. I'm the best cause I'm the best and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket. I'm the best cause I'm the best and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket. I'm the best cause I'm the best and you cannot stop it. I'ma take it to the top cause I'm a hip hop rocket.
Y'all can see the grassroots, right? That's like at the bottom. That's like me, my brother, my homeboy shot that. You know what I'm saying? We had down in the country. You know, a house I had at one point. I had my own studio, and we built from there. I was young though. I was in my more like towards my late 20s at the point, but it was the bottom. You know what I'm saying? It was the start, and before all that, we was selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like we was hustling. You know what I mean? And the times was different then. You know what I mean? Like, but it was one moment, and I was with my brother, and we was in a hotel room. He was running the bread back. We counting the bread up. It's like, I don't know, $4,000 or $5,000 at a time. Still a lot of work to do. So I'm like, looking at this shit. Looking at the broad that was with me at the time, like, I had like, I don't know, 3-4 jumps or some other shit left. I'm like, yo, you can have that. He like, what you mean you can have that? I was like, give me the money. I have all that. I don't want none of that no more. He like, what you mean you don't want none of that? I'm like, man, eat. I'm about to go do music. He like, you gonna do music? Fuck you mean, nigga? You don't know how to play no. It's my little brother. He like, you don't know how to play. I was like, I know, but I'm gonna learn. So I took the it's like 5,500, something like that. And I took like the rest of this other stuff, all the weed, and I'm like, I'm out. You can have whatever's that's there. You can have that. He's like, I ain't fuck it. And I gave him the room. The next day I went and got me a trailer. Paid for like 8 months of rent. You know what I'm saying? And had no studio equipment, nothing. So then I went to this place in Columbia, South Carolina, and I started buying all these because they had this shop that was going out of business, and they was selling mad, you know what I'm saying, recording shit, and they had the perfect little small setup for me that I can learn on. So dude was like, yeah, I can show you how to use this right here. So I'm like, word, thinking in my head, and I'm like, yo, I'm about to. So he showed me how to turn it on, how to adjust the sounds and everything, how to hook it to a computer, and then told me when I get the program, this is what I'm going to use to da-da-da. So I'm like learning this shit as I go along, as I'm buying these things. So it took me like about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks to get everything I wanted at the moment together. And then I started practicing. reading online, going to YouTube, looking up celebrities who had music packs and the packs they would use to produce their music. I would sit there and watch this shit for hours. I would study this shit on YouTube for hours by myself. I would lock myself in my studio and I would write down notes and then I would go do little small music clips. And then this is how I made myself bloom as far as knowing how to deal with the music. Let's keep going. I'm gonna show y'all some more shit. It's fire.
You ain't gotta know me yet, cause the streets know me well. When I spit, I fly like a perm on Denzel. Yo, I ain't up and coming, I'm the new running. Electric joke, you say dope. I don't repeat what I said, I ain't with the noise. I'm on that 50 shit, nigga, I'll whip your head, boy. Born with tough skin, you more like wheat thins. You cushion felt the salt, my words rip you within. Real talk, nails in your feet with a steel fix. I told you the crowd, tell me that I'm a beast. G.O.C. You weak like days, I eat like Bill's Page. You a Ricky Ross hustler, I'm more like Bill Gates. Learn this lesson, I move heavyweight like Leonard Roberts II. Speak famous, my name then, it means money, money, Scott Franklin. And say that boy spit, he be coming raw, rare me. I ain't holding nothing back, no restrictions, so bear me. Think they crowding up the space, never boy got an air seat. Hold your Dutchess in the air, so when I spit, you feel me. Say that boy spit, he be coming raw, rare me. I ain't holding nothing back, no restrictions, so bear me. Think they crowding up the space, never boy got an air seat. Hold your Dutchess in the air, so when I spit, you feel me. All in my heart, that's promise in the back of me. My future made a promise, and that seed be the ratchet heat. Wind in the back of me, fire in the front of me. Running like a meteor, don't care about your ratchet heat. Riding beef gangsta beats, don't care about the coke you need. Aiming for the top, so be prepared when you speak to me. Boy, you making history, blowing up a house of green. Ill with the pit and pad, open up a glass of the green you ain't never had. Mouth talk, boy, high call like the moon ball. Mic check bad on the track, boy, moon back. End up in the cardiac, you don't want a part of this dude, so where your father at? Heart attack, heart attack, end up with a heart at. Drop a couple extremities off to beat the fucking rat. They say that boy spit, he be coming raw, rare me. I ain't holding nothing back, no restrictions, so bear me. Think they crowding up the space, never boy got an air seat. Hold your Dutchess in the air, so when I spit, you feel me. Say that boy spit, he be coming raw, rare me. I ain't holding nothing back, no restrictions, so bear me. Think they crowding up the space, never boy got an air seat. Hold your Dutchess in the air, so when I spit, you feel me.
That's the point, like, we were so creative, you know what I'm saying? We'd be able to put anything together, like, because we already had an ideal visual for what music was, and people knew that about us. Like, we was always wilding, having parties, wild in the street, battling people in the street, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, you can't rally, what's up? in the street, you know? And on top of that, you know, my last name, the GTA, the A is artist, ARDIS. So it's like naturally that's the etymology to what artist is, like an artist, like it's artful. It's the original, it's the base, the first word that was made before ARTIS. It was ARDIS. So that's where artist came from. You know what I'm saying? So me at the root, I'm an artist. I cook, paint, I draw, I write poetry, I can mold clay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can design trees and I love plants, and you know what I mean? Like, at my root, I am art. That is at its highest capability. Like, if you was to look at the earth and seeing God create the earth, you would be like, that's a beautiful piece of art. That's me. That's me. So for the most part, you know what I mean, I would always gravitate to art. And if you've been following anything I've been doing as far as the knowledge I've been building with y'all, even, you know, I don't know who's around for years, but it's not like I haven't been on here for over 12 years, just in different accounts. So if you remember my face and you've seen me through the 12, 13 years that I've been on YouTube, you know I've always been bringing art, poetry, good vibes, and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at my root, that's just who I am as a person. And that just kept me creating music like this.
You heard that new GOZ?
GOZ? I listen to Jay-Z. What you talking about? That's trash.
Still be bustin' just like a Ruger. They call it gutter, not my niggas, we all super. Don't get it twisted, you'll get lifted, fuck with the mister. And I ain't trippin', I'm just specific on that whippin'. The rhymes are rippin', lyrically, Jai gave me the gifting. They got me trippin', now they be bodies found when they fishin'. This lyrical incision got these MCs lyrically deficient. I be wishing that a motherfucker would. Hating on my sweat, cause a motherfucker good. They cat white teeth, tell us I'm so hood. I'm a Dutch Berry hour, limits come with the devil. My team linking up, you never seen as much power. They was straight like the scale, head tall like a tower. And then punch, watch the MCs I devour. When you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of bars, look how they wave to you. 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 Hey, hey, when you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of bars, look how they wave to you. 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 Hey, hey, hey. I never knew in my lifetime I spit a hot nine and had these dudes saying your boy fire on my lifeline. Yo, my grind is 2 wheels with a turbine. I'm more universal with a back from Andron. Man, she more into me like birth when you came out your mom's. Ain't no equal up this first. I'm my own design. Swear he crazy, bitch. I done lost mine. Knock his back in, have him laying on his abdomen. See me still spitting like it's a new arm attachment. Rap it, yo, send me these Sam on this rabbit. Got me on my cartoon, shit call me camera. Plug, hit that bitch with a 40 and leave him open up a can of paint. Throw that shit down and say, got you on that mafia shit. Throw that bitch in the drink. It throw me on, forget about it. What the fuck you think? They throw me on, forget about it. What the fuck you think? When you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of bars. Look how they wave to you. 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 Hey, hey, hey. When you first come in the game, they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of bars. Look how they wave to you. 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 Hey, hey, hey.
The hell is this? Guns and weed? Who is this dude? Running laps? Nigga, I don't even run, nigga. I'm hard out here. See what this dude talking about anyway, man. Look like trying to be Master P. Nah, 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 nah. Talking about smoke with me, nigga. I get pounds in the streets. Probably one of them goddamn. What the hell is this? Yeah, that shit sound alright right there. Guns and weed, shit, I feel you, my nigga.
getting on my hustle. Like Biggie in that Hypnotize. They say they love that raw truth. Like Wale in that Sabotage. You can't see me, that boy raw. They say my style like camouflage. Messed up garage, my flow mirage. They can't find in that boy go. They know I'm blowing that hella strong. And only white boys smoke out the bone. But I smoke the guts and don't give a fuck. I love to take you straight to the face. That's how I'm burning this whole case. Can't smoke with me, and I bet you player.
Now it's like so many other like little video clips I can try to find to show y'all how the different steps it took that I had to accomplish up until I got to a point to where Sony actually reached out to me. See, I'm jumping around because there's so many things that happen, yo. And I would need like a real movie director to put this shit together. But yeah, Sony had reached out to me after I did this joint. And I had went to Amsterdam. Noriega was on the mixtape with Coast to Coast mix. It was a Coast to Coast mixtape featuring Noriega, right? I was like number 12, I think. I don't know, number 9, number 12 on his mixtape, whatever. So they had like a tour that Nori did with Ghostface, and I think Cam went. I can't remember everybody. I think it's on the tip of my tongue. I know Nori was. I know Ghostface went. I know a lot of niggas from that was on went. Particularly, like I said, I was on Nori's mixtape, so I went out to Amsterdam and see. I had this visual, but you know, 1,000 phones, I've lost the visual to this. Oh, if I had the visual to this would be so dope, but I don't. So y'all gonna listen to me talk. But for the most part, I went to Amsterdam. I followed them out there. I passed out the mixtape and my mixtape. So I had like a bunch of copies of his because I was on it. And then I had my own album. And I had t-shirts and all that. So I went to Amsterdam and I gave out my CD. And I gave out his CD, the mixtape, you know what I'm saying? And t-shirts and shit. So I'm coming from the greenhouse in Amsterdam. I'm coming off the back end of Muitplein. I don't know if anybody know where Amsterdam or ever been to Amsterdam. And if you know the street names, you ever heard of Muitplein? Muitplein it's like you can go to the up way around and it'll take you around the museum, around the water, or you can come the back way and it'll take you back up the street. It's the other way. Either way, you gotta cross the little bridge right there. So I'm back on that end coming by the chocolate factory, like the world's famous chocolate factory. Who do I run into? I run into Noriega with a bodyguard. So he's like, yo, what you doing here? Like he knew me and shit. I'm like, nigga, I'm on your mixtape. Like it was crazy because it wasn't like a hi, hello, or how you doing or nothing like that. The nigga he looked at me and I guess he can tell I was from the States. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the way he looked at me. Like, nigga, you not from here. You from where I'm from. What you doing out here? Like, it was like that. You know what I'm saying? We had a bodyguard with him. And I was like, I'm out here promoting your mixtape. I'm on your shit. He looked at me like, what? Like my answer was the wrong answer to give him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, nah, nigga, you asked the right question, but I don't think you ready for what I'm about to tell you, nigga. Yeah, I'm from the town. I'm from the States, nigga. And I'm from where you from. And I'm on your mixtape. And you don't know me. And I made my own tour. And I'm out here by myself. And I'm out here, nigga, promoting this shit while y'all out here doing that and don't know I'm in the background. He ain't know none of that shit. Nah, he ain't know none of that shit. And that shit was deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I gave him the pound and everything. And he was like, yo, you know where the greenhouse at? Talking about the weed shop. And I was like, yeah, I just came from there. You want me to take you? He was like, nah. Like, I was crazy or something. Like, like, I don't know this nigga. He talking about mixtape and all that. He gave me that look in the face like, nigga, I don't know you, nigga. You ain't taking me to no greenhouse. I was rolling in my head. And his bodyguard was like, yeah, we good. I was like, let me find out. Nori was shook. I always wanted to go have a sit down with this nigga and actually ask him, yo, what the fuck was you thinking that night? Because, nigga, it looked like he was shook. Anyway, Anyway, them niggas got ghosts and they walked towards the chocolate factory. I kept going upwards. So, like I said, I came back across the little walkway bridge and I hit my little side street. My hotel was, and I went back to the hotel. But that moment was dope. It gave me mad motivation because they didn't know I was out there. And it's ironically, like I manifested to see him by being on his shit. And it was just crazy. Like I literally manifested that energy. Like it was no way in hell that was going to take place. Like I don't know how the ethers in the universe work, but my attention to that situation, I was able to dial the universe and I ran right into this nigga. And ever since after that, like I would I hit him up on Twitter, like, yo, remember me from Amsterdam? You ran into me in the street, nigga. I keep that fire, nigga. I grow strange, nigga. Holler at me when you around this area. So I think that nigga thought I was crazy and shit. Like, who the fuck is this nigga right here, B? You know what I'm saying? But it was funny because if he had just known, you know what I'm saying? If he had took like a few minutes and known, I was a complete machine from where he came from. He didn't even know that. He looked at me like I was crazy. I was a built machine from the town, and I had done did everything niggas was trying to do. I had did everything niggas was trying to do by my dolo without a team. Still going places with my dolo without a team. Powerful, yo. That shit was dope. That shit was crazy. So, I don't know. Despite all that motion I did, I had a lot of hate that took place, and it brought shit to an end. My brother got murdered. A lot of shit went on, you know what I'm saying? And I was still traveling on my spirituality, you know what I'm saying, which sparked me to do something like this. Check it out.
I like my cheese steak, gorgonzola. Back from the dead, cold-hearted like the Arctic polar. Universal thought, nah, I can't see my solar. No feeling from your touch, cause your love is over. GOZ, scream my name, cause you know it's me. Spirit Royal, King Barge, yeah, God MC. I'm still an illest MC, and I don't care who you be. Still that natural rhyme killer, smooth with a T. Everything is universal, and my thoughts is power. If I think it, I create it. 8 minutes and hours, I absorb all energy. My radiation is power. If I start irradiating, and I'll be giving you cancer. On the middle of the year, the middle kids, the middle verse. So the middle part of me is a crust of the universe. No creation started with me first, as I disperse. If I never was created, then we all fall apart. I'm like a transformer when I spit. We all spark. I ain't hear what you saying. I'm birthed with a heart. My direction is my own, and I follow my own road. I ain't a soul in a body, and body my whole soul. GOZ, power.
No one man can have that much power. We must stop.
GOZ.
No one man should have that much power. We should stop.
Focus on the mission at hand, or lose the plan. I ain't trying to tell you who is, nigga, I am the man. They created first and second just to put me at the back. I don't care where you put me, I look good doing that. You get lost up on the map and I ain't worried about that. Cause genetically I am the king and ruler of this track. What the fuck you think this is? What you think you got me lost? I was born a king out this bitch, nigga, baby, up the jaw. This a damn shame, Indra had to name me at the jaw. Yeah, my life will leave a scar, they should've named me El Sharar. Because the God that sent me, nigga, about to tear this bitch apart. I ain't worried about what you gon' do, I'm killing them 10 to 2. I was first, second, and third, boy, you boss know how to do. This is universal superhero, the title on the track for me. Vortex gravitation, this universal track being prominent, dominant, all around more. Tuning in, spinning out my spine, switching like a cipher. Hit my solar flare, call it universal fire. You think you ain't ready to touch the skin, universal fire, I spin. You think they ready to touch the skin, universal fire, I spin. You think they ready to touch the skin, universal fire, I spin. Universal fire, I spin. Universal fire, I spin. Power,
No one man should have that much power. We must stop.
GOZ,
No one man should have that much power. We should stop.
Ultimately, I was always still like doing these shows and going these different places and doing this. I was still like I had this leader type heart. Like I was always walking with unconditional love in my actions and caring for others while we all in the same energy. Like it didn't matter if we were together doing that. I'm make sure everybody eat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to know you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's me doing this here in this video. Showing love.
My G, come get in the picture with us. B, you spitting, right?
Yeah.
Come get in the picture with us. Y'all spit too, right?
Yeah. You gonna get a video?
Yeah, we had the coast to coast.
Yo, we out here at Coast to Coast mixtape. These the artists and the acts. I'm GOZ. I really don't know everybody's names, but it's some potential out here. We going in. We at Coast to Coast mixtape in Atlanta. We about to do this big. You know what I'm saying? Call yourself out real quick, Buzz. You know what I'm saying? What's your name, fam?
It's Prince Amanda checking in from the AEG. Representing, got my partner right there, Willow. Coming to the house down, coast to coast. You already know what it is.
Alright, that's what it do.
It's your boy Killer B, you know what I'm saying, from the group New School Class.
C-Town, man, New School classmates, FLA area, Panhandle, Talent, Pico, representing. Let's get ready.
Yeah, L Bells, Queens, New York, BL Gang representing. You already know.
Yeah, tell them who you is.
GOZ, you already know what it is. ALP, MUF. We in here, we making it happen. SC, Camden, stand up all day, baby. Let's get it.
And you know, it's crazy. I remember this performance. Nas' producer was at this show at the Coast to Coast mixtape and down in Atlanta, and it had the dude from the song "I Got 5 on It." I didn't want that in the weed. I got 5 on it. Yeah, they was the host. Him and I think somebody else from his group was a host, and then the dude that produced Nas. I can't remember his name on the tip of my tongue because you know Nas got a few producers, but it was. I know the brother if I could see him. I want to say it was I want to say it was Just Blaze, but I don't think it was Just Blaze. I think it was oh man, I can't remember the brother's name. But anyway, I performed a track called Dedication. That shit was crazy. Like the bars in that shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's one of the songs that worked my body like the most. It worked my lungs. It worked my insides because it's like the way I had to project it, the way I had to say it, the way the words came together and the push behind to ride the beat. It was like almost like riding a rodeo with that track. It's like you gotta bring it hard, like, you know what I'm saying? This is dedication. That shit was crazy. Like, and you gotta push it, you know what I'm saying? Like to make the sound that you want to reverberate on the record, like to give that energy. So the producer was like, yo, I don't know what's wrong with them, but that shit is fire. He was like, that shit is crazy. He was like, yo, you get a couple dollars and find me in New York, I'll be your producer. I never got there. It was like all the great things I was doing to get there, like the energy started running out. I was losing the money. I remember 2 Chainz hit me up after I came back from Amsterdam and was like, yo, I want you to come open up for me in Hawaii. His road manager was like, come open up for me in Hawaii. I was like, word. And I had this song I did called it wasn't like a big song, it was like a kind of like an intro song, but this shit was fire, you know what I'm saying? It was called DTF. You know what I'm saying? If you remember Pauly Shore and all of them, they had the whole Jersey Shore shit, right? So, you know, DTF was down the fuck. That's what the letters meant. So I made a song specifically to that concept, but then the way I did it and the wordplay was so visual, you know what I'm saying? You had no choice but to be like, the fuck this nigga just say? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I threw 2 Chainz, like the way I pitched, I wrote it like we was in a scene. Like I wrote it like we was all chilling at the club. Like the way I did it, the way it's, I can't sit here and explain it to you. And I wish I could play it for you. I still got it. I just gotta, cause I got stuff all over the place, man. Like it's been years since I was doing music, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of traumatics happened in my life that pushed me from it. So for the most part, I still got some of these songs that's fire, but I don't have them. I would have to like dig through the Sahara and go archaeology hunting and shit's not happening. So for the most part, it's still in the ethers though, because all this music was published. All this music is copyrighted. You know what I'm saying? It's in the Library of Congress. You know, amongst all this, I published a book. You know, I was published in a book called Stars in Our Hearts Progressions. That's this right here. Now, with this process, also around the same time when, you know, I think this was right before I went to Amsterdam, I did this book situation. And ultimately, out of everything I was doing, the music and the engineering and the SMES summits, yeah, me and Ninth Wonder had a whole back and forth about, you know, the responsibility of what so-called celebrities is doing when they come out to our area talking about they trying to do something for us. Like, yeah, I dropped jewels on homie and they had us on camera and all that. And I didn't even know they was going to record us. But yeah, I barked on homeboy because I was like, yo, at the end of the day, y'all come out here with your punk ass opinions and you come out here talking about you charging niggas all this money. And none of y'all niggas live in the hood, but y'all come out here critiquing what we live in our lifestyle. And then you take your ass back home to a safe place where we got to take our money and we hustle and we struggle and we grind and we write our pains on this paper. And you come tell us it ain't enough. And then you take our money and then we go back to get more of that while you go back to your nice little snug in a whole wall place. Yeah, they was recording us. I was barking on homeboy. He ain't had shit to say neither. He ain't had shit to say because they knew they was wrong. And I was bringing the pressure every time I came there. Niggas stood up on stage talking about, that's a hit, but that's not what we need right now. The fuck is you talking about? It's a hit, but it's not what you need.
You niggas is young, the runners is dumb. You can bang independent or sign away your stats. You are things too big. Not to be a boss on my Euro. That little cars like Euro. I'm on my new big call it Euro. Addicted to grind pace. You do 6, your boy grind so hard, they made a circus say it. Trying to look so ill, they have to heard you were playing. I told them to do it. I keep hustling for it. My crew moving, keep going. I ain't gotta sleep on real, cause I live in the truth. I ain't too busy talking, cause I'm too busy doing. Making sure my next move better than my last movement. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep a bar, eye on the bar, eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep a bar, eye on the bar, eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep a bar, eye on the bar, eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep a bar, eye on the bar, eye on the top. You wanna tell me on the track? I think we'll deal in the bar. I don't know what you're talking. You don't even know what you want. You talking. You do all you zero like man, no eating the hero. I ain't think you so pure. One of them robbing the hero. You just pull on my arrow. I'll be the lyrical terror. In the morning, the mirror. I still spit in the liver. I'm never taking my way. Spit the balls in the shake. So you know I'm still hungry. Cause I'm the very first dedication. And I ain't gonna stop. Sleep with one eye on the one eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep with one eye on the one eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep with one eye on the one eye on the top. It's a dedication. I ain't never gonna stop. Sleep with one eye on the one eye on the top.
Code to code D. Stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? That be the shit. Like everybody be chasing this whole music shit. It ain't about your talent. It's about you being a sucker. If you a pushover, if you soft, you like to follow motherfuckers and shit. You want something that's not real that somebody can paint for you. You know what I'm saying? You want a reality that somebody can paint for you to make you feel like you accomplished. That's what the hip hop business is for. Plain and simple. They don't respect true hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They don't respect like the people who run that shit. They don't respect for you to actually put real shit out there for people to remember. They don't want you to reveal or revive your history through your talent of speaking. They don't want that. They want you to talk about some nonsense. And they call that fire. And then in the process, they take all your hard-earned effort. You know what I'm saying? Just to tell you if they believe you good or not. I need no man to tell me if I'm good, nigga. A man to tell me if is you crazy? But that's the world we live in right now, and that's what they use. It's the misfortune of unfortunate events. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, because you're not in a position, they can talk to you a certain way because they feel half accomplished. You know, and I listen to their punk ass stories. Most of them will never be the celebrity that they really want to be. And these be the people in between getting to be the celebrity. And they try and tell the people who coming up what you need to do. But your ass ain't even making that far yet. The celebrities don't even fuck with you like that. It's a level to everything. You know what I'm saying? You could hurt motherfuckers' feelings because if I actually sat down next to some of these people, I remember them. And I know where they do. I know where they at in their career right now. You might make a little bit of bread. It's a job for you. It's not the big thing you thought it was going to be when you got into the music business. And it's for a lot of people. So for the most part, like, go out here in the world and create your own company and make sure your company can do distribution and make sure you serving fans that really love what you got, and stay away from motherfuckers who want to control yourself on a large base, because eventually you have the money to open up your own radio station. Everything follows the same suit. I don't got to go to them to do all that. You could do the same thing yourself and own it. I ain't gonna even tally on about that, but that's just the hate in the world. We already know the vibes. You know, that leads up to where I'm at now, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Just to give y'all a small insight. And with more physical proof, I got a lot of proof, a lot of pictures and all that craziness or whatever. But I just felt the need to let y'all tap into the talent, because this is where we come, right? We come to the tube to show our talent, right? And I be dropping my jewels or whatever. I talk to people here, but I feel like we should get closer. We should get to know each other a little better. And if I can let y'all into my life so you can know a little bit about me, maybe y'all feel more comfortable about liking, commenting, and subscribing and telling me about what you think about the knowledge, or if you got things going on in your life, or if you're trying to grow, because this is years ago in my life, and I've did probably 4 360-degree changes since then. You know what I mean? Like, so, you know, the power's in self, changes in self, knowledge is in self. So be self. And stop worrying about everything that's flying around you. And you already know the vibes. Naga, I hope y'all enjoyed this mini doc. Peace.